Hello everyone, my name's Matt Johnston and welcome to some Monday morning madness masquerading as the interesting times of British politics. The week is kicking off with the government starting its inaugural business summit today, a chance to bring in overseas investment. People like Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon, BlackRock chief Larry Fink and GSK CEO Emma Walmsley, but managed to misspell the ex-CEO of Google Eric Schmidt and called him Ed instead. If only there was some way, something like a searching tool that could have helped with that. And this, as I reported on yesterday's show, wasn't the only issue the summit was having. Following on from the Transport Secretary Louise Haig's barely hidden contempt for DP World's business practices, the Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds was asked about this. Now, if I'd done nothing but read the papers, I would have just assumed that while it was P&O operating the ferries, it was the Labour cabinet heading for choppy waters, with headlines depicting meltdown, squirming, and how he had slapped her down for said comments, which must have made for the interview being rather interesting. Let's have a look at it, shall we? If you can bear it.
We have always said, and we believe, that what happened with P&O ferries was wrong. I believe even the Conservative government at the time was clear that they believed it was wrong. So it's not the government's position to boycott them.
Oh, brutal. Why, Jonathan, why? Not the government's position indeed. How can Louise recover from that? What a put down. Anyway, did you spot the difference? She's called them rogue. He said they were wrong. Semantics, really. Laura Kuenssberg then tried to pin him down on a tweet posted out about P&O.
There was a government press release that said it was a rogue employer that went out in the name of the government. We can show it there. There's a quote. Comments on an official government press release calling them a rogue employer.
Something repeated by the Daily Repressed.
Just to clarify, the press release that we showed was a press release from when you were in opposition. So just to be clear about...
Yes, they were actually opposition at that point, not the government. Something that wasn't repeated by the Daily Eton mess. But the big story of the summit wasn't who was invited, but who wasn't.
Why didn't you invite Elon Musk?
Something to do with that whole civil war's inevitable tweet and other posting he's been using to stir up trouble. This summit will hopefully bring lots of the right kind of investment into the UK. So the last thing you want to do is mess things up by inviting your ex. All right then. Let's wrap things up. Reform are facing questions after offering £300 tours of Parliament with an MP, which is against House of Commons rules. Nigel Farage would have been better placed paying £300 to have a tour of his constituency by one of his own residents. The two remaining Tory leadership candidates are appearing on various shows and trying to drum up support in any way they know how. Robert Jenrick has stated that he will make Jacob Rees-Mogg, Conservative cotton bud count, I said count YouTube, don't demonetise me, the next Tory chairman if he wins. Has nobody told him?
He cares about the party and its members.
He lost his seat.
Far be it that the chair of the party is someone who the members like.
Yeah, someone the members like, but the public doesn't. And the Foreign Secretary, David Lammy, is in Luxembourg in the ongoing attempt to reset EU and UK relations. The first to do so since Liz Truss in March 2022. Yeah, you give it a couple of years before trying that again, wouldn't you? And finally, putting together comedy videos about current affairs is a lot of fun, but not everyone's a fan.
Remember when TV comedy shows used to make jokes about the current government? No such luck at our expensively funded national state broadcaster, the BBC. I had the profound misfortune of watching Have I Got News For You this week, because I'd already finished watching the paint dry in my newly decorated living room. Now, the duration of this programme was 29 minutes, and in the course of this 29-minute show, which is about politics and current affairs, they made, wait for it, 5 pointed jokes about this current government. So what did they spend half an hour talking about? The Tories, of course, in the company of Dame Andrea Jenkyns, former Conservative MP. Take a listen.
Well, let's have a look at it, shall we?
I still think Boris was one of our better Prime Ministers.
Oh, come on. That's a solid joke.
She, the Conservative Party, and even GB News were targeted by the panel and the audience.
Maybe get back to watching paint dry in your newly decorated and clearly unventilated living room. Thank you everyone for watching, and if you've enjoyed these vids, then feel free to like, subscribe, share, and hit all the notifications button. And I'll see you Wednesday. Take care.